So I have to do this every day because the clock doesn't keep time. I've set it back because the chimes were jacked up. So it's set back at 8 o'clock and time on there says 8:40. So now we gotta set it back to 8:40. So, and I'm gonna go through the chime sequence as I do. And then set it to 8:40. And just kind of in the middle there. And it's kind of loose and it's disgusting. I'm still looking for new hands, by the way, for this, so. But looking at the back of the movement, this is how it's holding up. Still on the old oil, I know. Gonna get it replaced soon, but probably after we move. And yeah, we'll come back in a few hours and see where it's at. But I moved the clock to my room, and let's see here. It is currently 10:23 a.m. and this is showing about 10:30. It's about to strike the half hour. So it already went through its warning phase. And I have the back cover off. And yeah, just struck the half hour, which is 7 minutes ahead already after a 2-hour time frame, practically. So what we're gonna do is we are going to move it back. And we are going to reset it. Here's the back of the movement. So if anyone wanted to see. And the reason why it's actually going ahead is because this is moving weak. And in turn of that, it's actually ticking faster than it's supposed to. This is actually, this is how it's supposed to be. But you'll see here in a few seconds it starts to slow down. And that spring rubbing on the post there is not helping that matter whatsoever. And it's still running fast, so there's still some regulation that needs to go on, but I guess what I can do is show you the other side. And then I'm gonna flip this back around so I can set it to the right time, which in this case is now 10:26. Almost 10:27. Can't It's actually halfway through, so I practically got it right. And yeah, now that it's set back to the correct time, I think I'm going to close out this video. And I think that's going to close off this video. So this clock definitely needs some work in terms of regulation. And by the way, in regards to this clock, I'll explain it in a later video on what's going to happen with this one. But as of right now, I'm actually saving up for a little surprise to add to the collection. I only have a collection of 2 clocks right now, but I plan to hopefully expand it. So with that, I'm going to close out this video now. Thank you all so much for watching me show you an example of regulation issues on the old Hermel 340-020 movements. The ones with the floating balance and not the hairspring balance. Those will, the floating balances will most likely see a lot of wear, and it's probably best at this point to replace the movement. But since this is a family heirloom, I am not going to be able to replace the movement. So I'm going to have to keep it as original as possible. However, this one over here, I will be replacing the movement eventually and getting it running. I also need to find a new hand nut, which is alright. But, I mean, hey, what can you say, right? I had to borrow the hand nut from that clock onto the Hamilton because it didn't have a hand nut, which is awesome. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.